it takes. No Harvard, but I was a scholar. Hard knocks, and I learned to be smarter. Don't prefer to be bothered. You get if I order. That's word to my father. I will for my mother. Deal with my brothers. Keep it real, real. Don't talk with no. Plus I duck undercover. Gotta stay on this mission. Got a vision that's endless. They told me don't be a menace. They gon' serve me a sentence. But now I'm up in the illest that did it. Get the cream look. Drop it in it. Give about opinions. I'm just minding my business. If I'm grinding, I'm shining. Don't got time for the gimmicks. Swat, I'm it. 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 Swat. I can promise I'm being honest, this being modest, I am your Honda, I am not I am the finest, you rappers, plus you a liar, don't idolize and I don't admire, been doing me for like ever, I'm a better me, more clever, it's a new way, we surfing baby, new way, that's a certain baby, let's take a ride, put your for the ones that die, it's last tonight, just you and I, get lost tonight, then lose your mind, I'm it. Swat, 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 I'm it. Swat. Montana.
You know, I'm like, yeah, nice P, you know?
What up, Pink?
Man.
La música de Harry Fraud.
When I pull up, they notice me. Come and talk to me like Jodeci. But don't you be too close to me. Them goons you see.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very good rushing offense. The Chargers lead the league in rushing TDs, and they'll go up against the Browns, who will need to be stout up front.
Larry, thank you very much. The last time the L.A. Chargers played a home game was December 18th, 1960. But they've got one here as we welcome you to the StubHub Center in Carson. The scene a moment ago, unlike any other in the NFL for a lot of years. The crowd here in Carson might be half the size of a normal NFL stadium, but they are twice as loud as their Chargers get set to face off with the Cleveland Browns. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by their quarterback. Out of Oregon, it's Marcus Mariota.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
4 yards remaining now on 2nd down. Now Mariota. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now a handoff to Crowell, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
Corey Coleman is indeed explosive. The first receiver drafted in 2016. I was drawn to his ball skills while he was at Baylor, meaning anything that's downfield, he's the guy that usually figures out how to get up and get it before the defensive back can react. And then when he gets back down on the ground with the football, look out. His run after catch, usually very impressive.
And that'll be incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's 3rd down. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Typically, we highlight guys who make highlight plays, but Brandon Mebane is a guy who is blue-collar to me. Works inside, takes on double, sometimes triple teams, will make all the plays that come his way, but his best attribute is he takes care of his teammates, absorbs those blocks, and lets them run to the football.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. On play action, Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 14th year now. Played his college ball at NC State, Phillip Rivers.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something that's funny, when we talked to him, all he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader, because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down. And, Charles, here's the offensive lineup.
Melvin Gordon, the exciting young runner out of Wisconsin. Well over 2,000 yards his last year with the Badgers. This is a guy who can catch it and run it. A
Second down throw for Rivers. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now Rivers throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Going underneath for Gordon. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it fourth down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
Again with a juke. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field, with the crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They begin with a run by Crowell. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the run.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
So they're challenging the spot. If you're a coach, you hesitate to throw the flag anytime it's a spot discernment.
You certainly do, because you feel like that's not one you're likely to win, and you may need that challenge flag for later in the game.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll go with a big back, Crowell.
This is where you need to rely on your offensive line, and you tell the person carrying the football, no dilly-dallying around, no trying to hit the home run. Just hit the hole hard and get in there for a first down.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jackson. And picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well. But they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football, but they face a second and long to start things out. Throwing, Rivers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up fourth.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Here's the Chargers defense as they get ready to go again. And as we're going to see right here, they have been laying some pretty electrifying hits in this one.
And these are for real. Okay, as you watch, think about putting yourself in that spot, about being the ball carrier or the receiver.
I don't want to.
And then taking that shot, it is something else. It's not like when we were watching that video clip where they showed you how they make sounds for movies. This is for real.
Very tough spot here for the offense to start. From the gun, Mariota completes it to Coleman. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
It's caught by Coleman. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. second down. Mariota firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So they were able to put the pen to the paper this week, get this deal done, contract extension. And I'm sure that the coach's front office happy. He's got to be happy, too, though.
He's got to be relieved. He doesn't have to worry about moving now, doesn't have to worry about not having a team. He's back with a team he's comfortable with and where he feels he belongs. Yeah, I think he feels pretty good about this whole deal.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it a second down. And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with Larry Ridley for highlights and analysis of our first half of play. Not too many highlights yet, at least in terms of scoring plays, that is.
Yeah, but hang in there. We might get something these last 2 minutes.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Benjamin. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. We remind you, coming up later tonight, we got a good NFC battle. The Eagles and Seahawks from Seattle, coverage starting at 8:30 Eastern. And tomorrow we'll put a bow on Week 13 with an AFC North matchup between the Steelers and the Bengals from Cincinnati.
A hard-hitting battle right there.
Rivers now to throw on 1st down. This is Gordon on the dump off. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Second down, Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Rivers to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down. Rivers has been through this many times as he'll hustle his guys to the line. Rivers again. Benjamin with it over the middle. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. A first down throw here for Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Emmanuel Agba in there to bury him for a loss of 11. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back now at the scoreless first half. Defense has been the name of the game. It's not often you see a matchup where both sides can't find a way to get on the scoreboard. We'll have to see if the offense picks up in the second half. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. At the end of the first quarter, Mariota's on point with the throw, and he'll end up at the 45-yard line before being tackled. Later on the drive, a fumble would get the defense off the field. Set up now, 3rd and 7. Ingram's going to take down the QB here. This ends up as a loss of 9. Chargers lined up at the 15. Defense will get to the quarterback here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. No points in this one yet, but we'll hand it back over to a man who's always on point. That's Brandon Guy.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen?
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Crowell. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get him started again occasionally. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call.
and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
So good news, Charles. This will not be a scoreless tie as we finally get our first points of the contest here in quarter number 3.
Let the celebration begin, partner. Yeah, it's just a field goal, but the way these defenses ruled the first half, any points are looking pretty good right about now.
This is fielded a couple yards deep, and he'll be knocked down sideways. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
We'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon, and he'll power his way up near the 25. 5 yards will get him back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Breanne Body Calhoun. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a four-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. First down, Rivers. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball. When you put up a token press, make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Throwing again, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. So it's third and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack.
Ready, go. 380.
Play fake. Rivers. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going. So, you know, I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be second and goal. Now, this will be the 9th play on this drive. Again, Gordon on second and goal. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Melvin Gordon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose and picked up by the Chargers. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And Mariota still down. Remember, he had the knee issue in college. Hope it's not that. He's slow to get up. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. So a tough break here. Mariota out. And they'll turn things over here to the backup to see if he can dig him out of this hole. Here's Kaiser throwing deep here for Coleman. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. They'll throw here. Kaiser, he's going to float this one deep right side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call or get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, That looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for L.A. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. First down now, but that clock rolling. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Back to throw. A screen complete to Crowell. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Drew Kaiser now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Marcus Mariota getting ready to go again here on offense. I would imagine you want to win every game big, but if you're a quarterback in the NFL, this is the spot that you love.
You've been dreaming of it since you were a kid, playing in the backyard or the front yard, wherever, where you went through those imaginary situations. Now it's real, though. What practice have you put in since the OTA?
A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Kneel down here from Rivers, and that should be it. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the home team here, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Southern California, so long, everybody.
Yeah. Young Gerald. Yeah. Die line with the boom pow. Every week now I switch to a new style. 212s in the back just blew out. Everything I do end up in the news now. Yeah, lead a club with a few now. Just some Hollywood and they do. I'm in the mood now. 2 a.m. What you wanna do now? What you wanna do now? Little baby pass. Don't spill on me. That's Margella. Got this Oakland game to tell her. She look familiar. Coachella, what's her name? Isabella, forget it, yeah.